Yesterday I had some time confusion, but I'm back with the knowledge of the day. Hello there. Glad you could join me. Last night I had a class dealing with our theme for our synagogue, which is Open Up My Heart. And there was a really interesting discussion, and it had to do with what's the responsibility of the person that's watching a service online. We've been doing our services online since March, I think 16th was the first one. And so it's basically been me and the cantor alone in the sanctuary doing the service. And we know that there's people out there because we can see on Facebook and YouTube that there's numbers. But actually we know a lot of who the people are because we can see, on Facebook who's coming in and all of that. But I personally can't see it because I'm in the middle of the service. And so the question came up, what's the responsibility of the person who's watching? Like, what's your responsibility? I'm sitting here putting this out. So what is it that you're supposed to do? And the idea of opening one's heart, I thought this was such a great concept, that opening your heart meant, number one, that your heart is open so that someone else can come into it. But then it works the other way also, that your heart is open so that you can come into someone else's heart. And that there is a reciprocal relationship that happens for real prayer or for real meditation to come about. That it's not just me putting this out to you, but it's you as the person watching, kind of allowing it to enter in and then putting your energy back out. And that those two things have to happen in order for there to be real, I guess a real relationship, even though we're on screens. And I thought I hadn't thought about that there's a job or a responsibility of the person who is watching to be able to participate. And people were like, you can't really feel it when you're watching on TV. And I'm like, I don't know. I cry at Hallmark commercials. They can affect me so much. So what happens on a screen, we know from the movies and from TV, we know that it can affect us by just coming out into us. But the question then becomes, what do I do with that? Am I passive or am I active in it? And one of the interesting things about this meditation, I've noticed that a lot of the meditations online is just this first part. And then it's like, bye-bye, go do the meditation, as opposed to us actually sitting together. And I think that's the power of what we're doing. And I'm going to recall Monday. The power to what we're doing is you don't need to come to me for this. You have everything you need inside of you. Yet, both of us doing this together and feeling it together and sitting in this time between 5:30 and 6 o'clock creates a kind of connection between us. And I can't wait. Well, I'm going to have to wait, but I'm looking forward to the time when we can come in and someone comes up to me and says, yeah, I sat in on some of your meditations. And it's like, then I know that we actually have had some kind of relationship, even if I don't see you while we're doing this. Actually, Michelle's cousin came over once. She goes, I've been joining you for meditation. I couldn't believe it, because it's like I'm literally looking at an apple on the back of my phone, or I'm looking into the microphone, into the camera. But there's something happening, and it's my hope that our experiences together are actually together. And to bring it back again, you don't need to go anywhere for this. You don't need anybody to really tell you how to do it. You've got it very close to you. It's right here, and it's right here, and it's right here. You've got everything you need. But it's so nice that we're doing this together. Let's move into our meditation, because I wanted to do a little body scan today. So I want to start a little bit earlier than we usually do. But thank you for your participation in this meditation that we do together, and this bonding. Today, we ask for the best feelings of all. We ask to feel luminous and to feel loved. We'll get that at the end. It's nice in the middle of the day to do that because it's nice to remind ourselves that we have light inside of us that can come out in the middle of the day on that hump day when we're in the midst of our week, and it can be pretty stressful. I wasn't smart. Here we go. Make sure you're in a comfortable yet powerful position, an awake position, so that you can do the meditation. Not to say that it's bad to fall asleep. Someone told me you're not meditating right if you haven't fallen asleep one time or another. But I don't think I have in this half hour in the 6 months. I don't think I have fallen asleep. Maybe if we did like a 45-minute one, I'd fall asleep about 25 minutes in. But
maybe the leader should fall asleep.
The leader should fall asleep? Should not? Really? You think that would be bad?
It wasn't bad.
I don't want to judge it. Okay, here we go. We'll do a body scan to start.
By the way, Iran Azrieli is here with us.
Iran Azrieli is? Iran Azrieli is my cousin in Israel. Iran, my love to you. May Muli's life be for a blessing. Iran's the family that I didn't live with them when I lived in Jerusalem, but they were our family in Jerusalem. Spent many Shabbat evenings with Muli and Edna. And Muli passed away last week. He used to pick me up and bring me to his house for Shabbat dinner, and we'd drive by all the Orthodox Jews walking in the streets. I think he would call himself a secular Jew, although on Friday night, of course, we did Shabbat together. But his reactions to people walking in the streets was amusing for me, and they took care of both my brothers and I when we lived in Israel. So my love to you, Aaron, and miss you. So we're gonna just start with a little body scan, just to notice our bodies, maybe relax them a little bit, and we'll start with the tippity top of our head, just right on the top of our head and our scalp and our skull. You can include your ears in this, but not our face yet. We'll do our face separately, but just imagine the back of your head and the top of your head. And with one breath, we'll do 2 breaths on everything. With the first breath, let's just try to relax ourselves a little bit in just that spot. We breathe in. Just let it sink into the rest of your body. We breathe again. Now let's bring it to our face. Sometimes you don't even notice how tense your face is, but let's just try to let it all just go. And maybe your eyes are tight, or your lips are tight, or your jaw is tight. Just let it totally relax your entire face, your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your chin, your jaw. Just let it all relax as we take these 2 breaths. Feel how relaxed your face is. Now let's move to our neck and our shoulders. One sits on the other. Just allow them to just be. They don't need to be up by your ears. They don't need to be anywhere, just laying by your side and on the sides of your neck. And your neck is strong and straight and doesn't need to be tense filled. So let's just breathe in and out twice. Relax our neck and our shoulders. As we move, let's move to our arms and our chest. And it's really just an awareness of these areas of our body. And we're just moving our mind's eye to those spots, isolating them so that we can divide our body into parts and relax each section of it as opposed to trying to relax everything at one moment. So we breathe in and out twice to relax our arms and our chest and let them just sink into our body. 2 breaths. Really let yourself sink down and let all the weight of your body be free. Now we move to a place where I carry a lot of tension, my lower back, our hips, our pelvis. Let's just take that whole midsection there, including our stomach, and just let them sink into the chair or the floor or wherever you're sitting as we do 2 deep breaths to relax that whole middle section of our bodies. Sometimes you can feel how your body gets a little heavier as the dead weight sinks into the chair. 1 more. Now let's move to our thighs, our hamstrings, and our knees. That whole upper part of our leg. And we just want to feel if they're touching a part of the chair, or I can feel a breeze on my legs. Let's just do 2 deep breaths to relax our knees, our thighs, our hamstrings, and let's do 2 nice breaths here. Maybe as they relax, your legs might even move a little bit because you've been keeping them straight up and down. Another breath. Finally, let's move to our lower legs, our shins, calves, ankles, and feet. See if you can feel your feet touching the hardwood floor or the carpet or the ground or your shoes inside. Where is your foot touching and contacting? And how are your legs just hanging down from your knees in the seated position? We breathe twice and allow that whole section of our body to relax. So now let's check in with our entire bodies. Where do you still have some tension? Just kind of noticing kind of crawling up your body from your calves to your knees, your thighs, your hips, through your stomach and your chest, your arms and your shoulders and your neck and your face and your head. Does any place still carry a little bit of tension? Let's do 3 deep breaths to just allow ourselves to be completely melted into the chair. So let's now move to our normal breath. Maybe your body feels a little different now than it did when we started. Just allow the breath to grow your stomach and to shrink it, for it to expand and contract with each breath as your life stays with you through each single breath. You don't need to push your breath. You don't need to do it right. There's no right way. Just allow yourself to breathe freely and allow things to be just as they are for now. Any pain you feel, any tension you feel, just allow it in your body, just for now. Any tensions you have from work, any home battles that you're going through. You're not going to fix them in the next 20 minutes. So just allow things to be just as they are, just now. As my wife says, this too is part of your life. Just let it be there. I'm sure your thoughts will come to distract you, because that's what thoughts are supposed to do. They're supposed to think and supposed to take you into your life through your head. Let's just leave it behind for now with love and kindness, with chesed. And just bring yourself back to our intention of noticing our breath. before we're about to enter into asking for certain feelings, I invite you just for a moment to just smile as your eyes are closed and as you're breathing calmly. Just give a little smile on your lips. And just notice if what's in front of your eyes changes. Are there colors that appear? Does it change the way you feel? And Nachman of Bratslav says, all you have to do is smile and the rest of your body will follow. But we just put a smile on our face. I see purple whenever I smile when I meditate. So with that feeling in mind, we ask to feel luminous and loved. Luminous, light, shining, brightness, the light that's within coming out, and loved. Deep caring about someone else, a deep caring for you. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. May I feel luminous and loved. May I feel loved. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. Let's continue with each breath, asking to feel luminous and loved. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. May I feel luminous and loved. If you'd like to invite someone to come be with you for a moment and offer these feelings to them on several breaths, who would you like to offer this to? Someone you care about? Someone you just know, someone who you're having difficulty with. Choose who you'd like to have with you today and offer it to them. May you feel luminous. May you feel loved. May you feel luminous and loved. And take several breaths to offer it to someone. And now let's bring it back to ourselves. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. May I feel loved and luminous. Just a couple more breaths. And let's finish our meditation digging deeply into our insides, just to feel our breath and notice our breath, with no thought necessarily, just a series of breaths, noticing our body climb and fall, noticing the breath ease its way in and ease its way out. so glad we did this together today. Thank you for being here. May you feel luminous, and may you feel loved, and may you have a delightful evening. Take care.